Welcome back to the Brick Abbey, continuing our Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Lego build. And today we start building. We did our unboxing and we did the organization, and I successfully moved the table and didn't make a mess. And I went and found our one missing stud that disappeared. So we're going to aim for these episodes to land between 20 and 30 minutes, I think. But obviously that's not easy to know. Like, if you go all the way to the back here to see just how many steps there are, there's no way for me to know how long it'll take me to do 191 steps. So there's obviously our finished product. So we're just going to kind of see, 30 minutes. Where do we end up? And what's that going to look like? Because some of the sets are obviously much bigger, so we'll just have to kind of chop it and be like, hey, that's 30 minutes, that's enough. So first things first, obviously we are not going to do anything in accordance to the bag numbers, because the bags have all been emptied and opened, so those things don't really matter. But the most exciting part, this is what my son loves to do. He loves to he loves to do the minifigs first. So let's do that first. And we have, we'll do Luke first, it seems. We'll go Luke's helmet, and then we got Luke's body, and then his lightsaber. They gave us 2 lightsaber handles. It's always nice to have extras. So there is these little guys can they can go missing. And then Luke's head, he's sort of outfitted. Oh, you can't see it. I'll try to get autofocus to work here. Nope, it's hard. I have to put it kind of in my hand, or autofocus doesn't want to grab. I'll tell you what we can do. I'll put it on the body, and you can see his head is sort of artistically designed to interact with the helmet. And he has 2 sides. He has kind of a open mouth side and then kind of a closed mouth side. So helmet on. Oh no, wait, one side's visor down. Oh, I want visor down. We definitely want visor down. He's just gonna use force. All right, let's get his little lightsaber together. And there we go. There he is. All right. So that's Luke right here. There he is. And then R2. R2's pretty straightforward. Head goes right on top. You got a line. Oh, that was the bottom. Derp. Let's get his face looking. I bet you can get his face looking forward. There we go. Face is looking forward. And then the legs. I think the legs. Yes. The legs are universal. Okay. One leg in. And then one leg out. Now, I wasn't sure if people were going to want a zoom in on the work that I'm doing. So leave us feedback on that, I thought kind of seeing the whole table and all the pieces. I had this in the corner, and I did a zoom in thing so that you could always kind of see this nice and big, and I didn't like it. It just didn't look very nice. This looks really nice. And then obviously when I'm working on a minifig, I can bring it up, give you that nice shot, and then set them over there. There we go. Now, we obviously are not doing the rest of the minifigs yet. They're later in the book, but I'm going to do them now just so all of the minifigs are done. And these ones are obviously pretty obvious. You have Princess Leia next. She gets the little blaster. And then her head. I'm pretty sure it's easy to tell the differences between the head. Yeah, that guy's got a beard. I couldn't tell. It's like white, so it's kind of hard to see it. So, her dress, obviously, just goes in like so. And kind of trails behind her. And then she has a really angry, determined face and a smirking face. We're going to do angry, determined. And then we're going to get her hair on. And then we're going to give her her gun. There she is. Perfect. Now, let's do Dodonna. I believe that's his name. Star Wars nerds are going to be like, bro, sorry, man. I don't have the minor characters memorized. Okay. And before somebody says, that's not a minor character, bro. Okay. Oop. And we're going to go with his determined face as well. I'm looking forward to Andor tonight. We've been really enjoying that show. By the time you hear this episode, the season will have already been done. There you go. All right, so all of our minifigs now are over here. Sorry, I set them out of frame. I wasn't intending to do that. We'll let our minifigs hang out right there in the frame. Just looking great. And then our spare lightsaber, can go next to Luke. So step one here, they want us to get the big kahuna, which is up here. Set that just like so, and then they want us to grab the blue. See, I actually am curious what people are going to say. Like, I wonder if we should do like a half and half, like have this section where my hands are working, zoomed in maybe over here. But there's just something really satisfying about seeing all those pieces out there. So again, let us know in the comments. I've never done this. You can probably tell from the way I'm just kind of talking. This is very laid back content. We're not wanting to take ourselves too seriously. It's just meant to be enjoyable. So we need 2 of the long skinny whites, and those are going to run alongside right there next to the blue. Yeah, like so. Oops, I was looking in OBS, which is the software that I use, and I definitely did not line that up. And something that's always important is those earliest pieces. So there we go. We're lining up with this. And now it wants 2 of these tan guys. 2 of these tan guys. They're going to go right up on the top. I'm just going to tap the mic. Okay, the other mic's working. It just feels like it's not necessarily picking up as much today, but I actually have my headphones turned down. That's what it is. Okay. I like the Lego sounds in the video, but it's not meant to be like an ASMR video where I'm like clicking on the pieces. There we go. Okay. We got that page done. What we could probably do is always keep it like so. Now we've got these 2 black pieces, and then these pieces actually have holes in them. There we go. Lighting helping me there. And those are going to go right up on the top. So I once again didn't line it up because I'm busy. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. This is new. It's new territory for me. Same exact type of pieces, but these are just yellow. So same deal. And they're going to go right next in line. And then they're going to get sandwiched by the exact same black pieces. So we're probably going to be jamming some... we'll be jamming something in there, I'm sure. Can we get an autofocus? Thank you. See? Okay. Not bad. Now it wants 2 of the gray L pieces. And then there's these white pieces that have one on the top and one on the side. And they're right here. Once again, having everything organized, that is the key. You know right where to go. I love that. Really, really satisfying. And the L pieces are going to angle out like so. And then the white pieces are going to go right in that extra spot with they're going to have they're going to have the white nub out. See? Okay. We're moving here. Okay. Yeah, it's going to fold up on us, so we'll just have to leave it. We'll have to leave it open. So now we need our white there's only one of these. Okay. We need another one of those ones you can jam something through. A little standing piece. And then we've got like a flat black, half smooth, half nub. And we're going to be putting those in between those long white pieces that we set up prior to this. And those are going to go in there. There we go. Now we need the one black weight. Where did the white piece go? Oh, right here, right on top. I missed that part. There we go. Right on top. Now we need that piece. We need the one smooth black. And then we need 2 of these little gray guys with their little nubs. And then they're going to go right down here like so. And then this guy is going to go beneath. And then smooth guy is going up top. We're getting there. Here we go. Now we need 4 of the 3x. Just three nubs tall. And it wants us to do 2 stacks of them. Like so. And then this goes on the other side of the black slanted piece. We have these 2 pieces here that have nubs on top, and then one side has nubs with holes. And then there's these smooth L's, these smooth L whites. Now there might be Lego purists that get into the comments and say, look bro, you're calling these pieces by all the wrong names. I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of come up with names for the pieces in my head when I'm building. Looks like we're building the cockpit, as far as I can tell. You got the 2 side pieces. And then what looks like the seat. So it looks like we're going to be building a scissor. So we're starting to build one of the X-wings that open. So we're going to take a long and a less long. See how I just make up my own names? That's the way to do it. And then we need these pieces that open. And it's going to have us put the smaller piece on top of the longer. And then this goes hinge. Yeah, there we go. Hinge like that. And then we're going to alternate a hinge on the other side. So one should be closing and one... Yeah, there we go. And then it's going to take the little nub that I lost. It wants that to be under... Oh, I almost lost it again. Underneath this side here. Then it wants me to take... Oh, now I'm a little confused here. Oh, I understand. The X piece is gonna lock in right there. We only have one of those X pieces. So I'm really confused. I don't know what I'm creating now. I don't know, because there's no way this is the X where the X-wings open, because I just used the one and only, you know, X piece. And then it wants two of these brown guys. There's holes in them, and I can't tell where they want the holes to go. The lighting in here... Oh, I see. They're so dark on the paper that you almost can't see. They want the holes to be parallel to each other. Obviously, you're going to be pushing something through. You almost never use a Lego piece with a hole in it, you know, for no reason. Now we've got... We're gonna do the same thing. Okay, we're building the front of the X-wing. That's why it didn't. There was like it used a piece that I didn't have two of. So I always get a little nervous. Do you ever do that? Like I get nervous all the time when I'm building a Lego. I'm like, oh no, I've messed something up, or I lost a piece, or they somehow sent me not enough pieces. Okay, so that's gonna go like that, and then they want to do the same thing here. You want that one nub underneath. And then they want the other hinge. The other hinge should be going the other way. And then it should... 23, it should let me connect. If we did this, oh golly, if we did this right. Moment of truth. I think we did it right. Look at that. We did it right. I got nervous. Totally got nervous because these hinge pieces, it's like a 50-50 shot. And so it's hinge in, right? So it's hinge in here. You can see the hinges are in, and then see how the nubs are out here. That's hinge out. I got it right. I'm just gonna be totally honest. I wasn't that careful with the first one. It was an easy thing to misread. All right, so now we're on step 25. We need the one long yellow piece. We need one of the tans. Yeah. And then there's these unique blues. And then there's like the plunger guys. And then if Lego needs me to help them officially name pieces, I totally can help with that. One of those. That guy likes to roll. And then the one long dark gray piece. And then one of these red guys. And so we're going to start with dark gray, and we're going to go light gray on top. And then we're going to go that one there. And then red one's next. Oh, it wanted me to grab both those red ones. Yeah, those red ones always come as a pair. That kind of makes sense. That's how they went the first time. And they are going to hold the little plunger guy. He's going to push right in there. Just like so. And we're actually supposed to grab both of those blue uniques. I'm having to like look down at kind of a funny angle. So it's my whole head has to look down, but then it also has to stay near the microphone. So like my eyes are going down and not my head. So it's a little awkward. So you might be wondering like, how is he missing these numbers? Well, it's a funny angle to look at. And anybody who watches my gaming content is going to be making jokes about how I don't like to read, which is funny because I'm actually a pretty avid reader. I've read a ton and continue to read when I have opportunities to. But, and it wants me to put it right here. This is so awkward. this is one of those times where what you're doing feels wrong. So you like double check the book. You're like, that right goes right there. But there you have it. That's where it wants it. And you just have to trust it. It's all about trust. Okay, so we're 20 minutes in to this video, and we're on 26. So we'll see where we get in the next 10 minutes. I actually think we're making pretty good headway, which I have no bearing to judge that against, but I'm just saying it to make myself feel better. All right, so there's those. We got those 3 guys there. And then we got the 2 little gray nubs. And those are going to go right along the top of the piece that we just added. Right along. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lower the microphone. The table might have moved a little bit there. I'm going to lower the microphone. That's actually going to help me look down. That's much more comfortable. Okay, these are going to go right across the top. Like so. And, whoops. We've made a mistake. It's actually going to help us connect. There we go. It's connecting to the silver nub that was at the top. There we go. And then these guys will fit like so. So now, come on, autofocus. There we go. Okay. And again, just give us that feedback about, do you want to see more of a zoom on the build, or do you like seeing everything? I suppose on YouTube, we're recording this in really nice res 1080, so you should be able to zoom in as you're like, oh, and then we're going to connect it. This red's going to go right through. There we go. Well, now it doesn't feel so wrong because now it's fully connected. Right here on the end, there was one of those, like, it's like a nail almost. You just like push it through. Okay. And now we've got these pieces. They're hinges. It wants both sides of both hinges. So 4 total. And it wants me to build the hinges, which is pretty straightforward. They just snap right in. But then they want me to open. They want hinge inside, right on top of the white hinges that are same deal, hinge inside. There we go. Not bad. And then we have these 2 dark reds. And then they want 2... I'm going to assume that's white. Sometimes the print colors in these manuals, I mean, you tell me, right? Right? I mean, you assume that's white, but that could also be like a light gray, just because it, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you kind of second guess it a little bit, because you have white, you have light gray, and you have dark gray. So, but it matches the colors of the other whites in the big picture. So that's your clue. That's your clue, right? There we go. Now it wants the long, smooth whites. Okay. Whoops. Long, smooth whites. And it wants those to go on the outside here. And it's going to line up with the back piece and overlap half of the red hinge. Like so. And now it wants 2 more of those smooth pieces again. And then it wants 2 of the 4s on the white. And then this, the 4s are going to give us a little bit of leeway before we do our smooths. And it will leave 2 nubs up front. That's how you know you're doing it right. You match it. Match it to the picture. Once 1 light gray 2, and then there's these pieces. Actually, I think it wants me to get 2 of these. Oh, there it is. It got turned on its side. I was like, I only see 1. And these 2 pieces are going to go on top of the little guy, and then it's going right on the front of it. right on the front. And then we're going to go 1-4, a 4-piece on the dark. That's a 1x4, I guess. That's probably what people call it. And then it wants me to grab both of these reds. And this guy is going to help us connect the front, making sure everything's still stuck together. And then the reds are going to go forward right next to it. There we go. So now it wants, there's only one of these. That's a 2x3 in size. And then there's these 2 white vents. And that's going to go right up here on the front. And the vents are going to go on top of those 2 nubs that we left. And then it wants one green little stud. And there's only one of these guys. And I think we're making the nose. So the green stud goes underneath, and then this guy is going to click on right over top. And there's these 2 guys right here. They sort of look like the head of a shark. And they're going to help us make this front piece have like a rounded effect. There we go. And now I need 2 1x3s or 3x1s, and then 2 of these nub guys. And I think they're going back on the back. Yeah, so the nubs are going to go next to the smooth black. Like so. And then these whites are going to go right underneath. Okay. And now we get to use one of the big guys. It wants this one. And then it wants 2 of just these single guys. We got to be careful with those. Okay, so yeah, one away from the smooth sides of the cockpit to leave room for the single nubs. There we go. Oh, it's sticker time. So this is a smooth piece here, and it wants me to use sticker number 1. Okay. And the yellow is going to start down here. Okay. We got that on. And then the yellow, like so. There we go. Sticker went on pretty good. It's hard. Again, the angle's tough. So I'm like looking down, you know? Oh, I always like that symbol. It means flip it over. And there's this one guy by himself, and it wants it to go right there with an overhang. And then it wants 2 of these white guys. There's a couple of these, actually. So we're going to flip back, and they're going to go back here and kind of touch. Like so. And then we got one dark gray. Oh, we got the control panel, and it's going to go right in front of the cockpit. And then this is going to go right back here in between those. And then we have what look like almost like sharp shoulders. 2 more little individual studs. And the sharp shoulders are going to sit right on top of those two pieces we just put back there. And then the single nubs are going to go right behind. Like so. And that's 30 minutes. So we got to step 43. We just got to step 43. Let's get autofocus to stop being a punk. Here we go. This is the sort of the central chassis of the X-Wing. So we're not going to really want to change format too much. So I'll re-watch this and I'll kind of get my own feel for it. So I don't want like the next video to suddenly have a zoom unless I felt that this was just totally not what I'm going for. Because it's really hard to do it and experience it at the same time. Is virtually impossible to like look up at OBS and decide whether or not I think this is the style I want to go for. I just like seeing all of the pieces. And I feel like if every video has all those pieces as they slowly come together, it's very easy, you know, for me to always do the lift. You know, I'll get better at that too, by the way. That one was pretty good. And we'll get this thing done. So 43 steps in 30. That means next time we should be close to 90 something. And that's going to put us not done, obviously. That'll put us back here. Around there. So we'll have a good chunk more done. Unless that goes faster. So really appreciate you watching these Brick Abbey videos. And I was supposed to say at the beginning of this video who bought this for me, and I didn't. So I'm going to put it at the end here, and then I'm also going to make sure we will have it in the description, and we will make sure that Cardock Wren got us this one. We have a whole room in our Discord thanking people for getting us for these. So Cardock Wren will make sure is thanked in the description of all these videos for this set. And I'll be better. I've never done this before, so I'm not quite in a rhythm yet. I'll make sure and say that at the beginning of all of the other sets that we do. We want to make sure and thank the people who sort of kickstarted this channel. So, all right. Thanks for watching this one. We will see you in the next one here at the Brick Abbey.